Are you ready to take your pickleball skills to the next level? Whether you're a seasoned player or maybe you're just starting out, we want to help you master the court. My next guest can do that. Lee Whitwell is the #1 ranked senior female pickleball player, and she's here to share 5 ways to elevate your game. Lee, it's great to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
You have quite the pickleball resume.
A slight one, yes.
She's being very humble. Just permission to brag it up a little bit. Tell me about your journey and your accomplishments.
I play pro pickleball. I was MVP of MLP 2 years in a row.
Come on.
I've been a top-ranked professional pickleball player my entire career, and this year I get to transition to senior and have become the #1 senior pro player.
That's amazing. You're also the director of training for the Pickler here locally?
Yes, I'm the director of training and education for all their franchises, and get to come here often because our headquarters are here.
So you play, you help others play well.
Yes.
What do you love most about the game at the heart of it?
At the heart of it, I love the community. I love the fact that this is the one sport that's transcended all boundaries, and everyone can play the game, and you see everybody playing together, old, young, you know, white collar, blue collar, no matter where they come from.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone just hangs out, and it's their backyard. And that, to me, is phenomenal because it's tapped into the human condition, which is we want to belong somewhere.
Oh my gosh, well said. Put that on a speech somewhere. That's fantastic. Help us improve our game, Lee. You've got 5 pieces of advice to help us get better. First, you say you need to understand your own level.
Absolutely, especially when you come in from another racket sport, for example.
Yeah.
You know, we get it all the time. It's like, well, I was a 4-5 tennis player. Obviously, I'm a 4-5 pickleball player because pickleball looks that much easier to play than tennis. And it's like, really know where you are. Take a skills assessment at a club. You know, every club offers free skills assessments.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know where you are so that you have a baseline.
Yeah.
And it's like, I always would like to rather downplay someone's ability and make them feel like they're better than they are than rather say, oh yeah, you're up here. And then when, you know, it's like, no, they're really not. Then they, everyone wants to be told move up. Nobody likes to be told move down. right. So you got to balance that line.
And you don't always want to be playing with people at your same level, I imagine.
No, I mean, when you're starting out, it's great because you want to be able to get better. You want to play with people your level so you know where you're at and get competitive, and then start testing the waters and level up slowly. And there's so many different levels within the pickleball game that you can get somebody like, you know, 1 or 2 points higher than you that you can test your skills against and see where you're at. But definitely master the skills for your level before you move up.
There's pickleball lessons, obviously. What might a beginner glean or gain from taking a pickleball lesson?
First of all, like the rules, which are slightly complicated if you're coming into a sport, and the rules may and the scoring may or may not make sense, and then understanding the basics of the game and being able to embrace the differences of what pickleball is to another sport and the similarities and work within that level. It's like it's a fun sport, and you know, I think everybody can do it, and it's just understanding where you're at.
You can do your online research to find a coach, but you also recommend just talking around.
Correct. Yes, it's, you know, for example, I could give you my resume of playing, and that you might interpret that as like, well, obviously I know what I'm doing, so I must be a great coach. That's not necessarily true. You know, we have great coaches out there who know how to coach for the different levels, and it's like, find the right coach that suits your personality and style and time of day that you can take a lesson. Do
you find more everyday hobbyists taking lessons and trying to level up that way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this sport, you know, we have people, when we do an intro to pickleball, it's like we have people come in and, you know, and it's like, so what's your background? Well, this is the first time I'm being active because Title IX didn't exist when I was younger, right? And we have people who are playing sports for the very first time in their life, who are active, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
you like drills with a machine or another person, but that repetitive experience is helpful when you're trying to get better?
Absolutely. It's like the pickleball game is so much fun, but you still need to practice because otherwise it becomes not so fun when you're constantly making the same mistake. Do
gyms have ball machines?
Clubs definitely do have ball machines. Like we at the Pickle, every Pickler we have has 2 ball machines that are available for rent or depending on your type of membership. But and then you also want to drill with a person because you want a different ball.
Okay.
Right? You don't want the same ball over and over again.
Okay. You say if you're playing, say, rec games, don't be afraid to practice the things you're working on, even though it might not help the outcome of the game, but to incorporate those improvement points into your play.
100%. For example, like if I'm working on, say, on my backhand slice dink, I've got in rec game, I'm going to really work on that because I know that, you know, tomorrow you're not going to broadcast my results. That was rec. Like it doesn't count for anything.
It's a time to experiment.
It's a time to experiment, still have fun and understand. And if it's a work in progress, you know, let the other people you're playing with go like, hey, I'm working on this. I apologize if it goes south.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like something I'm working on.
I imagine your game goes south a lot less than the rest of our games.
Oh, you'd
go
be
south.
surprised.
Finally, you say the biggest key in learning to play and then elevating play into more of a competitive space is to breathe.
Yes. It's something we do very naturally, and yet when we get into a competitive situation or nerves kick in, we forget. And it's like blue is a great color, but not up here. Like once lack of oxygen, like the brain starts to shut down. But breathing naturally relaxes the body. So exhaling when you hit the ball and really focusing on the fact that you need to breathe allows you to enjoy the moment.
Well, I've dabbled here and there. I would never take up a racket against you, my sister, but it is fun to watch and to see how people are a paddle. Did I say racket?
You did, but that's okay.
I'm sorry. I just stepped right into it. But it is fun to see how people are embracing this, improving at this, and having so much fun with this. So thank you so much. Are there lessons available through the Pickler?
Absolutely. We have lessons, clinics. We have everything you can possibly want to make you better. And next time you're there, we'd love to get on the court with you.
Okay. All right. I might take the challenge. Thank you so much.